Nikki Glaser killing it at the Golden Globes last night is just proof that success is so much sweeter when you're like 40 plus, especially when you live in a society that deems you dried up and like an old spinster that nobody wants when you turn like 35. She has been mastering her craft for over 20 years. If you go to her website and read her resume, it is so impressive. And any one of these could have been her big breakout role, right? But it wasn't until she was 39, right before her 40th birthday, where people really knew her name from her roasting of Tom Brady. And because of that roast and how funny she was and successful it was, they asked her to be a host on the Golden Globes, which reminds me of this quote by Carl Jung. He says, "Life really begins at 40. Up until then, you're just doing research." And Nikki Glaser, if you happen to be watching this, please confirm if this is your exact birth time, because I did not expect you to be a Taurus rising, definitely Gemini and all of your Gemini placements, but I definitely did not see you for a Taurus rising. Anyway, in astrology, especially when you're doing ancient timing techniques like perfection years, when you turn 40, you are in a fifth house perfection year. And this is after the fourth house perfection year, which is usually a time of endings and metaphorical deaths and letting go and releasing. So like, I don't know Nikki Glaser's personal life at all, but usually when you go from 39 to 40, that's usually when we're like phoenixing. That's usually when like we are rising up in our chart based on perfection years. And also when you turn 40, you start to go through the crunchiest of crunchiest outer planet squares. And she was going through that shit. Like, her Pluto in Libra is at 29 degrees, the anaretic degree. So she was going through that square 2023 and 2024. And she will soon experience the Neptune square, since she has Neptune at 0 degrees of Capricorn starting in March. So when we go through, I like to call them midlife crisis transits, our Pluto square, Neptune square, and our Uranus oppositions between like 40 to 44, 45-ish, and the perfection years start rising in our chart to the top half of our chart. That's when I see when women accept this challenge, which oftentimes they do because they are just more willing to see shadow and being honest with their feelings, and they're more willing to do the work. That's when I oftentimes see women like rising in their careers. Now, of course, I'm generalizing, but this is also when I see when men go through these transits, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. This is when usually couples get divorced because the men can't like handle doing any further introspection. And this is when they get the younger girlfriend. I don't want to go off on a tangent about Nikki Glaser, but I did notice that she has a Capricorn midheaven, which is ruled by Saturn. And that is all about mastering your craft through patience and time. Like, she has mastered her comedy routine. Like, she has mastered her art. And what's so exciting is that as a result of this Golden Globes hosting gig, she's going to get more opportunities.